As we continue on this lesson on configuring group policy settings, we're going to work with one of the most powerful GPO options that we have because there are just a plethora of options that are configurable in what's called an administrative template. So we're going to dig in and discuss how to work with these templates. The difference between these GPOs and other GPOs is these actually update the registry, and we have both user and computer administrative templates. So it will update the associated registry based on whether it's a user configuration or a computer configuration. And some of these configurations are available in both nodes, and if that's the case, the computer node is going to take precedence over the user mode. These templates have two files with them in Windows Server 2016. One's the ADMX file, which is language neutral. It's going to have the settings in here, but it's not going to be concerned about what language. The ADML file is language specific, and as you can see with the directories, your ADMX files are located in the Windows policy definitions. We have EM-US as a subfolder, so anything English language specific will be in that folder. We can create our own ADMX files and import them using the Group Policy Management Editor. You'll just create the ADMX file and you'll copy that to the central store. And the benefit of a central store for storing these is all the domain controllers have access to the same files, so you don't have any conflicts. So after copying them to the central store, you're going to configure the administrative template settings just as you would any other GPO. And of course, after you configure a GPO, you need to associate it with the ADDS container, and we do so by linking it to the ADDS container. And under each of these template types, we'll see that we have some of these that are italicized. If they're italicized, they're unique within that node. So under both, we have Control Panel, Network, Start Menu and Taskbar, System, Windows Components, and all settings. Specific to computer configuration, we have printers and servers, and specific to user configuration, we have desktop and shared folders. And if you're trying to locate a specific setting, you can actually go to the All Settings folder, which is a consolidated view of all of the items underneath user configuration, and then there's also one for all of the items under the computer configuration. Another way to locate a setting is to filter your admin templates because there's so many of them. And we can filter under 5 categories: managed, configured, commented, specify a keyword filter, or I can supply a requirements filter. After specifying the filter, the view is going to change immediately, and you're going to only see those settings within the templates that you're looking for. And one last thing, the Group Policy Client service that runs on the client machines that executes the client extensions are going to only control managed policy settings. So be aware of that when you're working with GPOs. Let's step out to our live image and take a peek at these administrative templates. So we're back in GPMC at the domain level, and you're going to see I've already expanded on the left-hand side. So we're going to click on Group Policies, and we'll go back to being good. We'll work on the MTP good stuff. We'll right-click. We'll go to Edit. And inside of here, we have our 2 nodes. I'm going to double-click on the computer, then Policies, and here's my administrative templates, and here's the categories under Computer. Then I'm going to double-click on the Policies and Users. Double-click on Admin Templates, and here are my settings for the users. Now, if I want to go into each and every one of these and look for an object, I can, or I can go into All Settings. If I go into All Settings here underneath the user configuration, I'll double-click on that, and you'll see that we have 1,753 settings to work with. That's not bad to find a couple that you want to modify. If we go underneath the computer configuration, it gets worse. All settings, 2,306 of these babies. Well, that's not going to work for us because it's going to take us forever to find anything. So let's go ahead to the All Settings under the computer configuration. I'm going to right-click. We have filter options. Notice up top we have managed, configured, and commented. And the default is managed of yes. If I set that to no and then do an OK, we now only have 14 options to work with of the 2,306. That's a little bit more manageable. But is it what I want? Maybe not. So let's bring this back to any. We'll look at those that are configured. We'll go yes on that. We'll do an OK. I have 0 configured. That'll be easy to manage. So let's go back and turn that option off and put that back to any. We'll go to commented. I know I haven't added any comments, but we'll turn that on. We'll do an OK. Again, we have 0, just showing you the different options that we have. Filter options. Let's go by keyword instead. So let me turn this off here. Go to Enable Keywords, and we have desktop in there already, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you'll see now I only have 181 of these items. That'll allow me to configure settings specific to the desktop. So that's another way we could filter. And if I go back to filter options again, clear the keywords, go to enable requirements filters. Let's say I'm looking for IE11. Go ahead and do an OK. 760 settings just for IE11. So lots of options, about 4,000 between the computer and the user configurations. You're going to want to work with filtering to narrow down what settings that you have when you're ready to work with these administrative template GPOs. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that filter. And now you have an understanding of the administrative templates and the fact there are two types of files associated with these guys, the ADMX and the ADML. You can actually manage them through a central store to centralize where the DCs get their administrative templates. And then we got to dig into all of the 4,000 settings that are available to us, but we found ways to minimize what we're looking at by using filtering.